Welcome back, everybody, to more EU4 with me, Daniel. This is going to be wild. We're declaring war straight away on Geneva. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of this video, because it's going to be crazy. So, we need to join immediately so that Austria, who has just ended their peace treaty with us, does not join the coalition. That would be absolutely terrible. If we wanted to, though, and I didn't say this last episode because I wanted to kind of throw you the Uno reverse. Because the Austria timer just ended, we could choose to attack them directly. Now, we're not going to, because for whatever reason, a lot of our allies don't hate Austria. Which is unfortunate for us. So Poland and Britain, if we attacked Austria, would not join in. But if we attack Geneva, which will bring Austria in, they will. So that's still what we're going to do. The only real downside to this is because we're not going to make... We could make Austria the co-belligerent if we wanted to. This would be... This is the meta play. So if we made Austria co-belligerent so that we don't get the double cost on their territory if we wanted to take some, we would lose Britain and Poland, which is the problem. But if we hadn't, this would have been the play. Oh well. We will deal with what we've got. We will drag people in that will join in. And even though Britain's not really going to do a huge amount in this war, I still want to bring them in because while they're attacking Austria indirectly, because they'll be on opposite sides of the war, they're going to like one another less. That's just the way we're going to have to play it. So, let's get this started. And what we want to do is, before we forget, because I came very close to forgetting, is get our main fleet all tidied up again. We're going to move it back to our capital. And we're going to leave our mercenary stack in Sicily because of the chance of a rebellion. Vassal has a chance of rebellion too, but odds are, if it fires during the war, another nation's just going to splat it for us. Austria, 95,000 troops. We have about that many on their border. So I'm not too worried, but we do have to tread carefully-ish. Also, rip Lithuanian trade fleet. It was nice for them while it lasted. So Poland's going to curb stomp on Lithuania for us. That's not a surprise. That'll be fine. I'm actually a big fan of that. Bohemia should hopefully curb stomp Saxony. And then we can deal with Austria. That's, in my mind, that's how this is really going to go. How accurate that will be, I don't know. But we will see how it goes. Austria hasn't come to intercept my stack that is trying to siege Oberkärnten, which is very nice, because that is on a mountain. Oh wow, the siege of Geneva has already completed, so let's go bop their stack. And then we're going to go to Welsh Tyrol. Should be a stat wipe on Geneva. Yes, it is. Wonderful. Let's go to West Tyrol, because it's also a mountain location. So we want to try and get this done early, before Austria has time to react. There's 40,000 British troops. That's pretty good. Quite a few big stacks in Bohemian territory, but Poland should be able to help them out while simultaneously laying the pounding onto Lithuania, so I'm not worried about that. I'm expecting Austria to come down here again, because they just seem obsessed with sieging that area. Yeah, here they come. I'm not worried about it at all, because, well, if they get adjacent to Ragusa, there's a level 4 fort they have to contend with. And if they want to get the temporary siege on Kosovo, I don't care. They de-sieged Geneva, though, which was pretty rude of them, so we'll go back and slap them around in a minute. Austria's put most of its troops in the west this time. Very interesting. That's not what they did last time. Because of that, we should be quite safe to move a stack over to Vienna. because most of their units are over here. We lost an admiral. That is inconvenient. Let's get that on. That's not a bad leader for naval combat. No shock, but no fire rather, but 5 shock and 3 maneuver. Can't complain with that. Almost everything is upgraded. 6 ships need upgrading. I don't care. We're just going to park them in front of Lithuania because I don't think... Does any other nation... Okay, a couple of the nations do have navies. I guess we'll go and sit over here instead than the Gulf of Lion, just because it's easier. That's completed sieging, so we're going to move that stack over there instead. We'll move this one back. So I quite like to attack them on that hill. And we had a load of star forts being built. Verona wants a seat in Parliament too. I guess you can. It's going to make it really, really expensive to force reform through, but we'll deal with that problem when we get there. We can get a new maritime idea. I guess we should. Just make ships cheaper. Not really a huge deal, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Seahawks make admirals cheaper to recruit. So that's not bad. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. Bohemia is already sieging Vienna. That's awesome. That means I can send this stack back too. What territory is that? Just grass. I could probably pop that with just this stack here. Yeah, that's going to force them to stop the siege. That's awesome. That's very good. So we're going to wait. I'm going to sit in the mountain and see what they do while our other stack comes up to help us. Welsh Tyrol is completed. So that stack is going to be way big enough to stop Avignon being sieged out. Everything else is pretty safe. I wish this siege would finish, though. On a mountain, you always feel a little bit apprehensive. They haven't really accomplished anything. The AI wastes a lot of time sometimes. I mean a lot of time. Okay, everybody's going to go in and attack that. This is a mountain. Please don't go the way that you were planning to go. That would have been stupid. And then this should just be a curb stomp. Yeah, it was a stat wipe. 33,000 troops, stat wiped. This is a mountain, but I have such a huge numbers advantage that I should be able to take them out. So we're going to do that while they're sat there. Yeah, we have a -2 penalty because we're attacking them in a mountain. But with 40,000 cannons, we're just going to obliterate them. Okay, Oberkarten has just been sieged out, so this stack can go over to Belgrade. Yeah, they are over here. They're going to start carpet sieging the corner of my territory, but big whoop. We caught their spy too, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, even with a -2, and they technically have more morale than we do. We lose, what, 2,800 troops? They lose about 15,000 troops? So it's not exactly rocket science for who won that encounter. I don't know where all of Austria's troops went, though. They must be hiding in here somewhere. I think we're going to go and siege out Toulouse's capital first. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to tell our vassal to go for sieging. I'm hoping they will siege down here. I'm going to tell them explicitly, siege something in the corner here. Now, the AI is not a very good listener, but we'll see what they do. We also have to get Geneva back, because that didn't last very long. We could just blow through the wall, but I don't want to spend 41 military points for that. Our leader's also an embezzler, we've just found out, so that's unfortunate. He had one of the best traits in the game in strict, and now he has one of the worst, especially if you don't have a really up-to-date nation, because that can become really expensive to deal with. This stack, I guess, can just sit in Bresser and take that. Don't want to get over-ambitious, because we don't have unlimited troops. We have a lot of troops, but it's not unlimited. Provence doesn't have enough troops to start besieging. that province, which is funny. Do they have enough between them now? They do, so we're going to run our 34k stack over there to deal with that. Salt crisis, boo! Less production, boo! Geneva's been sieged again. We'll have you go to Bern. Bern is a hill, so it's a -1 penalty if they attack us there. Not great, but could be a lot worse. There's Toulouse sieged out. I don't think that Gascony has... Yeah, it doesn't have a core or a claim on that. Which state is Toulouse in? Okay, so we're probably going to want to acquire this and allow Gascony to take these ones instead. We want them to have... I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's just give up on that attempt early, because I have no idea. They have no idea. The AI has no idea what's going to happen to them in this mountain. They're going to have about the same numbers as us. They'll have slightly more. But Poland has brought their entire army down here for some reason. Why haven't they stayed over here? I don't know. I don't need any of Lithuania's territory. I'm just going to piece them out. That's just not a stack I have to worry about. See, I am a fairly benevolent guy. And they just got stack wiped. So, goodbye. There's a stack. 33k Austrian stack. We're going to go backwards and try and intercept them. They're probably going to try and de-siege Geneva, which they are. So let's go deal with that. We do not want that to get de-sieged again. It is grassland, so we're not going to get... Nobody's going to get a penalty. And our Toulouse stack, now that it's sat there and just avoided attrition, we should probably do something with it. Do you have a claim on Labor? Yeah, well, you have a claim. You don't have a core, but you have a claim. So we'll probably give it to them if we can justify it. Brunswick wants to peace out. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm pretty sure that's a different state. Yeah. They don't have a claim on that, presumably, do they? I guess I should check. Does Bohemia have a claim? No, they don't. So we're just going to peace out Brunswick. That's fine with me. Going to force them to change religion because we can. Only just, but we're going to make them do it. If only to make the map prettier. Definitely not a min-max thing. They're going to outnumber us slightly, but then Poland's going to come in, so we'll be fine. Yeah, we're going to get slapped temporarily. Then Poland's troops are going to come in, and then we're going to be fine because we have massively superior discipline. Again, we lose about 8,000 troops. They lose, what? 18, 19,000? Sucks to be them. Can we get to Bresgau? Yes, we can. And then after this stack gets Labor, we're going to go up to Anjou. The trial. Do we want to gain more Republican tradition? We probably don't need to because we're at 88. So we'll see him acquitted. And we'll send a big stack to Anjou. Mainly because it's going to have nobody protecting it. So it needs to be pretty strong. Well, Poland's going to go smack Austria's stack and stack wipe it. That's a thing of beauty. Unlike that lag spike that happened just then. That was not a thing of beauty. That was majorly unfortunate. Bern has been sieged out. Ulm is not in the war with us, but Ansbach is, so we should do and get rid of them super quickly. They're only one province minor, but we might as well start piecing as many of these nations out as we can. Toulouse had a navy. Now it will not have a navy. Ripperonis. Belgrade has been sieged out. Let's go to Temesh. These troops must have been in Lithuania when I pieced Lithuania out because they are black flagged. That is majorly unfortunate for them. I don't think I have anywhere else for my navy to be right now, unless I want to come all the way around, which I guess we can. I guess we should. I don't really want to, but we probably should. We're going to manually have it go to Côte d'Argent, because if we go into the Bay of Biscay, we will probably take damage. We don't care that the peace treaty with Aachen has been done. That's fine. There is 10,000 Austrians. We will just curb stomp. That is perfectly fine. We didn't stat wipe them, though, so must try harder. Try again. Oh, no, the 3 leagues joined the coalition. I am devastated by that news. These 2 tiny provinces. How will I cope with their 8,000 men? So I think it's fair to say that this is going quite well. We're a 51% war score against Geneva overall. Mainly because we're 51 against Austria. Liège is technically a positive war score against us, just because we haven't gotten there yet. We will, we just haven't got there yet. We'll go siege Stuttgart. I did not mean to to move that stack, so we'll have to redo part of that siege. That's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? That's what happens when you're a bit heavy-handed. Please don't de-siege that. You... Where are Gascony's troops? You had one job and you've wandered north. I guess I didn't tell you to siege. I can't be too upset. You are doing the thing I asked you to do, just not the way I was hoping you'd do it. So we'll send a stack back to deal with that. And before I forget, Labor, I want to have assigned to Gascony. It doesn't matter, because even if I end up acquiring it, I can gift the province to them, but I'd rather just do it this way around if I can remember to do it. Big key point for me, if I remember, because it doesn't always happen, but attempts are made. Liège sieged out Calais. That's adorable. They've probably done more than Austria in this war. There is the rebel stack in Sicily, so let's go stomp that super quickly. 17,000 troops, that's adorable. Especially given they have worse stats than me as well. Stuttgart is sieged out. We should go now sit on Regensburg. That's a 1 province minor. Not worried. There's the siege of Anjou. I guess we'll have that stack go back so this stack can stay over here. I don't think are there any other forts in this area? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. So we're going to move this stack back and we're going to start carpet sieging an area that we might want. I don't know what land we're going to take. This wasn't really planned. But the opportunity presented itself, so we're going to make the most of it. You got to be an opportunist in life. 2,000 Ottoman Peculiarists. That's adorable. Okay, we're going to split this into quarters and have 1 quarter go there, 1 quarter... No. 1 quarter go there, and then the 17k stack. You're not going to move for a second. Do that. Split. I don't want to split my army too thin. Because if I do, then they're just going to get picked off. But 8,000 stacks should be fine. We don't have a parliament debate. Oh no. Oh my word, we have 12 seats. What do we want to push through? I mean, none of these are that important. An extra diplomat doesn't matter. We already have an open diplomat. Reduction in tradition decay, I mean, is okay, but meh. Sailor recovery speed we definitely don't need. Cheaper troops, I mean, it's never a bad thing, but we already have 168,000 manpower. I guess we'll just go for the money one. We already have a 50% chance to win before we bribe anybody with anything. We'll lose 10 church power, you better believe it. We can take sides in Parliament because prestige we're going to get back at the end of this war. And we are incredibly ahead of time, so we can do military support and diplomatic support. And that is just enough to get to 100%. So 10 years of better trade efficiency and global trade power. So just more money. Never a bad thing. In this game, you really can't have enough money. Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen or what could go wrong. Let's have our big stack go up and siege out Verdun. Toulouse will peace out now, but I don't... I mean, we can peace them out. If I give my vassal that province, it's 14 aggressive expansion. That's really not a big deal. If I take this, it goes up to 55, which is absolutely horrendous. I remember we had this problem last time. So for now, they're not our priority. So we'll just take one province off them and take a load of money. We are going to get about a third of the money in this war. And I'm okay with that. I want my allies to get money, because then they'll ask us for money less. So I'm okay with that. I'd rather give them some other nation's money rather than my own. So let's do that. It was a claim. A permanent claim, technically, so they'll be able to call that reasonably quickly, I would have thought. We'll go through that Austrian 2000 stack. They're going to try and de-siege Anjou, which I'm in no rush to deal with, because if they're over there, then they're out of my face. We can purchase ability with Splendor. What do we want? Because this is the first one in the Age of Absolutism. Edict of Absolutism, I don't care. Flexible rivalries, nah. Protecting forts. If you have a rival, then you don't have to pay any maintenance if you have a fort on their border. Quite good, in fact, if you have a big nation. So it's worth thinking about. Efficient autonomy for autonomy change cooldown, 50% less. So if you were to, for example, increase autonomy in a region to reduce its chance for unrest and revolting, now you only have to wait half the length of time before you can knock that back down again. I don't tend to do that a lot, though, so it's not very useful for me. Harsher treatment, no. We're pretty stable, so I'm not worried about that. Admin efficiency is always good, and yearly absolutism. We're going to go for that latter one first, because the sooner you do that during this age, the better. And for context, we only have 23 absolutism, and we can right now cap out at 44. We definitely have options to peel that away so we can get a higher number. You just have to remember, we're a republic, so we get a big penalty on absolutism. It's never going to be enormously high, but we can definitely improve it over what we have right now. We'll start upsetting our factions a little bit, but they're going to have to deal. We also have 100 spy points against the Ottomans, I've just noticed. I mean, I'm just going to sow dissent for now. That will increase their chance of having revolts. And even though these revolts are pathetically small, they're still going to be impacting the overall productivity of the Ottomans. And they're going to have to go over with their stacks and take them out, which will impact their manpower. Admittedly, they have a lot of men, nearly as many as we do, in fact. But every little helps, and if they're dealing with rebels, they're less likely to be attacking us on a coalition, right? So, the more we can distract them with, the better. They are besieging Anjou pretty quickly. We might want to take a stack over there and deal with that. Do we have a stack remotely nearby? We do, but it's still sieging, so we'll wait. Not that big a deal. Bohemia is clearly wanting some territory off Austria. Depending on how this war goes, I might let that happen. Yeah, they have claims over a lot of land. My only concern is if that will upset Poland. Although Poland doesn't have any claims down here, which is interesting. Are these permanent claims? Yeah, they are. I might indulge Bohemia a little bit. Because if it hurts Austria, then it's good for me. And if it extends the timer on the truce, then it's probably good for me as well. Siege of Ansbach, finally over. We can take our stack and... Oh, well, Poland's doing it for me. I was going to say we can take our stack and help this de-siege fail. But Poland's already beaten me to the punch. We'll still send a stack over there just in case they need any help. But we are, again, given... we're beating Austria up. They have no manpower again. They're down to 35,000 troops. We want to hurt them enough that they can't threaten us in any way for a significant period of time. And I would say we're doing a pretty darn good job at making that happen. We'll go and sit on Zips, given Bohemia has... That's a fantastic name for a province. Brunswick, you want open borders? Sure, you were at war with us before, but, you know... Who's looking? Marriage with Portugal? Sure thing. Bet that'd be a... I've never visited Portugal. I bet it's a beautiful place. Probably wasn't as beautiful a place back in 1639, though. Although, truth be told, you could probably say that about almost every country. Or so... I know a lot of people, they dream about going back in time. Only if I could go on a day trip. We're getting pretty close, I would say, to piecing Austria out. You can piece out Regensburg, that is for sure. Why am I getting high naval attrition? Why is this happening? Because of how long we've been at sea. Well, that's inconvenient, isn't it? Well, wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to use some military points to batter this down so we can speed this siege up a little bit. And we're going to go take our navy and hide it in Labor. I actually forgot that we took that province, otherwise we'd have to go all the way around. I wish the game would tell you when it gets to maybe 10% first, but what are you going to do? Speaking of what are you going to do, Austria. 87% war score, and they are more battered than that number suggests. Slovakia... So realistically, I'm never going to take this land for myself because it's in a culture group I don't really have any interest in converting. And it's within the kind of Hungarian-ish group. Yeah, Slovak, Hungarian, Transylvanian, and Romanian are under the same group. And we're probably not really going to go for any of that. Never say never, but I don't think we're going to. So we are going to... possibly give Bohemia these 3 provinces. Not necessarily, it's not a guarantee, but we might give them to them. Let's see what we want as well. So we have a claim on Agram. We have a claim on Brescia. Do we have a claim on anything else? No. So that's 50 war score. We definitely want Brescia, though, because it completes this state. That does not go towards any state we already own, nor does that. Although, having said that, there's a gold province in here, is there not? Yeah. I knew one of them was. I was hoping it was Welsh Tyrol, but Antal is a gold province, and it has a great project, too. It's not a bad one. Army drill gain modifier, late game in particular. Pretty useful. The yearly prestige, not so much because our prestige is always enormous. But when you get to level 3, 50% army drill gain modifier is massive, and plus 15 nobility loyalty. Also, pretty fun when you get it upgraded, because you pretty much claim territory off them immediately. We can't really take that right now, though. Doesn't help that it's not a culture group that we have, because it's all Austrian apart from Welsh Tyrol, which is... Welsh Tyrol we do because it's Venetian, but the rest of it we don't. Might be worth... If we're not going to make Scilly the vassal, because we made Gascony a vassal, might be worth claiming these two. That's 44 aggressive expansion. But a lot of these either are already in a coalition against us, so it doesn't matter, or will be in a peace treaty with us, so can't join a coalition, or are so insignificantly small that it doesn't matter. So I think that's what we're going to take. We're going to let Bohemia get 3 provinces. We're going to take war reparations, and we're going to take some more money on top. They won't get to 100%, but that's close enough for me. Beautiful. So we get 3 provinces. No, we get 4 provinces. Bohemia gets 3 provinces. And ain't that swell. We also complete a mission. So we finally get Italia Transalpina or Alpina. It just gives us a claim permanently over basically all of France. So if we look at our claims now, all of southern France, we have claims on. Now, clearly, we're not going to necessarily utilize these because our vassal has cores, and cores are better than claims. A lot better. A lot better than even permanent claims. So we're going to make use of that. But it is pretty cool that we have them. Also, why did you not return? Oh, you're just taking forever, are you? Okay, it is going there. I was hoping we weren't going to lose all our ships. It just took forever. We can convert these provinces to Protestant, but we want to core them first. So let's get that ball rolling. And we should move these 4 mini stacks. Come over here into one big stack. Regensburg we can piece out, so we'll do that in 3 days' time. We don't want anything off Regensburg, we're just going to make them change... No, we can't make them change religion. Oh, because of ongoing battles. Their stack must be in a battle somewhere, so we can't do that yet. Isn't that nice of them? We also need somebody to go and de-siege Calais. It's been sieged out for an embarrassingly long time. Britain might finally be doing it, maybe. Ottoman particular, so you're just moving over to another part of the Ottoman territory? I guess you are. Why you walked through our place to do that, who knows? And oh no, our Inquisitor died. And we don't have another one. Ah. I guess we'll take this +3 production efficiency guy for now. We can't... Well, we can. We can upgrade him, but it's incredibly expensive. We're just not going to do that right now. +3 is more than enough. And he's 48, so he'll probably die the month after I upgrade him, so... Let's not do that. Regensburg doesn't want to convert religion. And I disagree. I say they have to. Now they will. Pillaging them will give me 1 development. A 10 aggressive expansion, probably not worth it. Let's just take money off them and force them to convert to Protestant. Map's getting more and more blue. Again, doesn't really matter by this stage of the game, but it's just an aesthetic thing for me. And once our navy is back up to strength, we will go and sit in the Quiberon Bay. I don't know. Let's hope that's something close to how that's pronounced. I guess we're going to have to go and de-siege that because... reasons. The AI just isn't doing it. Britain's got 46,000 troops. Okay, and now looks like they might be doing it. Okay, finally. Let's go sit on Liège instead, then. Geneva's willing to peace out, but we can't peace them out yet because we have to peace everybody else first. The Malta forts could be upgraded, but we're not doing that right now, so go away. We have other fish to fry. Delicious battered fish to fry. France is back. That's really funny. So, what happened there is that France must have been wiped out in Africa. Yeah, they were, because now we have this weird version of French Colombia, which isn't actually French Colombia, because you can tell because it's got a completely different colour. So it's independent. So France must have died. Yeah, because Benin must have taken them out. So what ended up happening there is the nation... here, which one was it? Was it over? It was Orléans, wasn't it? So Orléans, because France stopped existing, was allowed to become France. So we have a new old France, but it's just Orléans with a new paint scheme. The France is technically back. Sometimes you see some weird things in this game, and that just happens to be one of them. We can peace out Ansbach now, get them to change religion as well. That's the correct shade of blue. Yeah, Britain is finally de-sieging Calais. It took them forever for some reason. Trier, we don't have a 100% war score on, and we can't convert their religion. They're just too big. So we're just going to do war reparations, get a big stack of cash, and we're going to break their alliance with Austria, probably. Let's break their alliance with Saxony as well, because we're stinkers like that. And we can move our 34k stack back, because we don't need to attrition unnecessarily. This siege should be pretty near done. Unfortunately, our navy is still feeling quite sore. At this point, it should be good enough, though. We're going to sit there so that when we finally complete the siege of Nantes, we can take out the Provençan navy, and that will slow them down going forwards as well. Auvergne joined the coalition against us. Oh no! They're not going to make the difference. Okay, somebody captured a ship. I assume it was us. It was a heavy ship too. That's pretty sweet. Let's get our big navy back to Roma. We don't need it to sit there any longer. And who is left? So Liège is left. We can't piece them out yet. Provence we probably could any time now. Saxony we definitely can. Hang on, if I get Saxony to switch religion, they won't be the Holy Roman Emperor anymore. Wait, so who would be? Before I do that, I don't. So everybody's voting for Saxony right now. So they would vote for Lithuania. They would vote for Nassau, Berg, Brittany, Lithuania. I don't know who would become the emperor. Let's find out. This doesn't help us in any way, but I'm just very curious. So let's do that immediately. Okay, so Sulio I of Brittany is now the Holy Roman Emperor. Okay. Sure. Anything to weaken the HRE is beneficial for us, and I would say that's probably made them a bit weaker. It does mean, though, that the Netherlands are going to get involved anytime we attack the HRE, which could be a good thing, because we can take a lot of money off the Netherlands. They're going to be a very, very rich nation. Not that we want any land off them, but they could be very, very wealthy. Another city, Navarra's demanding a seat in Parliament. Sure, we have too many well-developed provinces, and now they all want to have a seat. I guess there are worse problems to have. Go away, Brittany. I don't care. Provence, we can peace out, so let's do that next. Get some war reparations off of them. We don't need any land off them yet. Long term we will, but not right now. I don't think they have anything to take. No, they don't, so we'll just do regular peace treaty stuff. Money in war reps. Spain slandered our merchants. They're hurting our money. They'll pay for that in due course. And we finally got Loon sieged. We should be able to peace out Liège now. I don't want their land. Well, I do, but it's just not practical. Have them convert as well. They can only we can only just afford to make them do it, but might as well. Make the world look pretty. Move this stack back down to Cattaro. We have rebels. Where are they likely to fire? Oh, it's for our... Okay, yeah, we can help with that. While this war's still going on, let's move a stack of our troops over to Armagnac. Or, sorry, to Gascony. I keep saying Armagnac. That's not technically true. That's a province that they own, but they are not Armagnac. Fun word to say, though. So, do we have any troops over here? No. Perfect. Is it just Geneva at this point? Yes, it is. It's not the most tempting province to take, is the thing. Having said that, we should take it, because otherwise Switzerland is... It is 33 aggressive expansion, though. 27 if we vassal them, so it's not really a huge difference. What's our aggressive expansion against them? It is 50, so as hilarious as this is, even though we declared war against them specifically, I'm tempted to not take the one province minor, because then we can just declare war on them again in the future to drag the same nations in to reset their truce timer. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to force them to change religion, war reparations. Yeah, I think that's fine, because if I get them to flip religion, they won't be in the HRE any... Well, they won't be able to vote or a free city. And we want to intentionally keep the alliance with Austria. Okay, I'm alright with that. So, after all of that, we didn't take any land. Well, not for ourselves directly, anyway. Gascony took some. I hope this Black Flag stack is going to pop back to life when we go into our allies' territory. Yes, it is. Kind of figured it would, but again, assume nothing in this game. But even though we didn't take any land specifically, we have a new truce timer with Austria, which is incredibly important for us. We now don't have to worry about them until 1654. We took some land off Austria. We didn't take anything off the war leader. So I guess we technically took land, just not from the target, I guess. And we're still in the same boat when it comes to coalition. Nobody's fired on us yet. The Ottomans only have 33 aggressive expansion against us. So if they leave the coalition, they can't rejoin it straight away. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be keeping our eyes peeled, and we're going to be hoping that the Ottomans leave the coalition. They'll probably go to war against the Mamluks soon. And if they do that, they'll probably leave the coalition, which means Spain will be isolated. We then should hopefully be able to attack them. Maybe we'll be able to coax Portugal into not defending them. That would be awesome. If they want to bring France in, awesome. Like, we're fine with that. We'd love to feed our vassals some more land. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's been a fun and long episode. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.